Okay, so tonight I want to talk to you about how I have always been the queen of reinvention. And that's because from an early age, I always decided that I wanted to have a zesty life. Yes, yes, yes. Delicious, a delicious life. But here's the thing, when you decide to live slightly differently and away from the norm and do things slightly away from the norm, you have to be willing to handle the ups and downs that come with that, the pivots, the changes, the uncertainty. But over time, because this was the life I want, I got really, really good at it. Sort of looked a bit like rebuilding, starting over, trying new things, figuring things out, and always, always, always wanting to self-improve. Always being a student of productivity, time management, and self-improvement. I must have read, I don't know how many books I've read, thousands of books on self-development. And it sort of became my superpower. I could walk into someone's life and I could see what wasn't working, and I could really quickly and easy give them whatever it was that they needed to help them move forward. Whether that was in their home environment, whether that was something that they were dealing with. I don't know, I find it really easy. And even from the time I was like really young, about 9 or 10, I used to go around school and find the students that were like, look sad, and I'd sit with them and I'd try and make them feel better and feel happier and find out what was going on and could I help them. I've always been like that. For some reason I find it really easy to look at something, simplify it, create a plan, and get people unstuck. And that's my passion and my purpose all combined, and I love it. But, the disconnect and the truth, this is the truth, and here's what I've discovered. As much as I could help other people change their lives, they were quite often dealing with something that I was struggling with myself, if not every single day, something I'd experienced in the past. Something that I can solve for others in literally minutes. When it came to myself, I would overthink it, I would avoid it, I would just get stuck, just like everyone else was in their own things. And for so long, I kept going back to personal development. I kept going back to productivity books. I kept trying to find the answer. How can I help others, but I can't help myself? What is the disconnect here? What is it? And then I realized, and this is only probably in the past year with my new business, after helping so many women in the last 2 years, I realized something really important. It's not about knowing what to do. I think we all know what to do. I think we all know what we want to do. I think we all know what we have to do the thing that we should be doing. And quite often, the thing that we're avoiding the most is the thing that we need to do to progress forward. Quite often, not always, but quite often. But anyway, I digress. It's not knowing what to do, it's about being able to do it when you're in it. When it's your life, your emotions, your energy, being able to fix it from within, that's when everything feels different. And that's when everything changed for me. I went from feeling not confused anymore by why I could for everyone else and not for myself. I started to look for a simpler solution for myself. I stopped trying to fix my life, but instead I learned to come back to myself again and again. Okay, so I bet you're thinking, so what does that look like? What are you talking about? So it's about small things. It's about being true to yourself on small things and fixing small things, not taking on a big project, not taking on and tackling the end result of something that's so huge, but just being true to yourself and changing a few things in the moment so that you trust yourself again. So it looks like the small things, like today, finally, I got my hair done. It's so overdue, as I talk about all the time, and it got to the point where I just kept avoiding it because I just didn't want to deal with it. And I sort of understand why. It took 5 hours to fix my hair today, and you know, I've got a lot going on, so that's 5 hours. I didn't really have to do that, but it was the right thing to do because it was stopping me. Getting my hair done was stopping me doing the things. I was losing my confidence. I felt terrible and I just didn't feel happy. I felt like I had so much hair and it was just all regrowth and I just didn't feel good. And so I wasn't turning up as my best self. But I kept avoiding it. So I got that done today. It sounds so simple, and for people it's different things, but for me it was like getting my hair done. 2 months I've been putting this off. And it wasn't until a friend said to me, I love you, but maybe get the hair done. You know, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I hear you. Let's get it done. Another small change I've made recently, and I really want to tell you about it today because I am super excited about it, is I purchased the Dream Mop off Amazon. And the reason I did that was my client got one I think she got one around Christmas, and I loved it so much. I'd be zipping around her house with it because it's just so much fun to use, and it just hums, and it's just, I love it. So it basically vacuums and mops at the same time. And she bought it on special and it was around $200, and I'm like, I could afford that. Because I've only bought my Dyson recently, like last year, And I'm thinking this is going to be life-changing for me because we have a really big house. There's a lot of us here. We've got the dog. We've got 6 of us. So I was like, if I could come home at night and have this beautiful hum and wash and mop the floors at the same time, it's going to be life-changing. And having floors cleaned every day is going to be so delicious. And there's something about this machine. There's something about the hum of it that's so relaxing. And I'm not sponsored. No, I'm not sponsored for this, but I love it so much. In fact, my client right now, my other client, not that client, another client is unboxing her one. I took mine over to her house and I said, you must play with this. It's so good. And then her mum lives next door and her mum's in her 70s and I've said she's going to love it too. She can just whiz around her house. It's so easy to use and just goes back on its charger, self-cleans. It's brilliant. Now, I really wanted to tell you about that today because it is saving me so much time and I love having floors cleaned. There's something about floors being cleaned in houses that just feels, I'm going to say it, feels delicious. So there we go. So anyway, I'll put the link down below because, and the reason I'm just telling you tonight about this, I was going to demo it for you because I love it so much, but I'm going to just tell you about it tonight because at the moment it's 64% off. So it's $200 at the moment via Amazon and it's at $200, it's a bargain. Okay, so that was that. Another thing I bought off Amazon recently was my rebounder. Now, I started shuffling and I was going to share that process with you, but I haven't really, I've been doing it, little bits and pieces, but I haven't really done it in a way that I want to be filming it, because to film it, you sort of have to, create a space and put the camera, and I just, when I want to practice it, I just sort of been practicing it. So I will share some more, I have filmed a bit of it, but I'll just have to put it together. So still been practicing my shuffling, but I bought a rebounder because I saw some sort of older influencers and they had rebounders and I thought I want a rebounder now because it looks so much fun. And you know me, I've got a lot of energy. So I thought rebounding, if I put it down by my kitchen, because my family always assembles around where the food is. And I've got all my children. So I thought if they're there and we're talking, which we usually meet in the kitchen and we're always chatting, I could be rebounding and talking to them or listening to them. Or when my husband's cleaning up after dinner, I could be rebounding and talking to him because I like talking. So anyway, I bought the rebounder and it's fantastic. And yeah, so I'll link that down below too. And I will, of course, you will be seeing me very shortly on my rebounder doing my rebounding things because it's so much fun. And yeah, you get a bit of a workout too. And I don't know, for me, because I'm working or editing or doing things within the home, for me to just go and have a little bounce, it really helps me just sort of come back to calm. Okay, so that's that. So that's another small change that I've made that's had a dramatic effect on my life, but it's just a small change. It wasn't a big deal. So that's that. So of course, none of this is about vacuum cleaners. So of course, none of this is about hair or vacuum cleaners or rebounders. No, it's not. It's about small changes. It's about this. I am constantly finding ways to make small changes and to come back to myself. It's not about a big reinvention. It's about that I'm constantly reinventing myself and constantly moving forward with my life and constantly doing the things that I love, even though life keeps throwing challenges at us, especially at this age, especially in our midlife, that life is throwing things at us constantly. So if we can make small changes and constantly with all these small changes be reinventing ourselves always towards our next chapter, towards our best self, I think that's the way to do it. And I think that's what I've come to. Instead of tackling it all at once and feeling like I'm failing or looking at myself going, why can't I help everyone else? Why can't I see what they need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? But when I'm stuck in mine, I'm like, oh, this is going to be so hard. I can't do this. It's going to be complicated, or I just don't want to do that right now. So yes, give yourself permission to just make the small changes. I think that's definitely the way forward. Small decisions, small actions, small resets. Once I discovered that, things have definitely changed. Not perfectly, no. No, I am a work in action. I'm a work in action. No, I am a work in progress, and I'm prepared to show that to you guys. Like, you've seen me dancing around in changing rooms, trying to find style or a new style, trying all on different things. I've got no idea about clothes. I've got no idea about furniture and things like that. Obviously, I know a lot about organization and productivity and things like that, but I'm a work in progress in other areas. And I think that's why with us all sharing, we can learn from each other. And makeup, hair, no, it's never been my thing, but I'm trying it. I'm challenging myself to try it. Why not? So perfect, no, but that's what I like about it. We just journey together authentically and just share the bits that we struggle with and help each other with the bits that we're good at. So honestly, that's what reinvention looks like. Not one big moment, but a series of small improvements, small life improvements, whether that's getting your hair done, buying the sexy vacuum cleaner, or rebounding for exercise in a busy life. So if you feel stuck right now, it's not because you don't know what to do. It's not because you're being lazy, but because you can't get yourself to do it. That's what I've learned to move through. I've learned to move through and make that happen. Get unstuck, so to speak. So that's all I wanted to share with you tonight. I just had these thoughts for 5 hours when I was in the hairdressers that I really wanted to share that with you today as I was reflecting on how much things have changed for me in the last 12 months really. So thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next video. See ya. Bye.